What's good, everybody? It's cjbeatz. We're back at it again today. Today we're going to make a drill beat in Logic using NIKO's MIDI pack. NIKO and I connected over Instagram. He shot me over the pack. I was amazed at the variety, and I said, let me make a tutorial using these MIDIs. And yeah, so here we are. Let's switch over to Logic and get this beat started. Okay, so I got a brand new instance of Logic open now. I'm going to create a software instrument. First thing I'm going to do is select a sound. And what I'm going to be using here is a piano. Let's go with the Yamaha Grand Piano. This is just a stock sound from Logic, but it's super fire. I'm going to turn these buses off first. And let's go ahead and drag in one of these MIDIs. Let's make the volume a bit louder using the compressor. I'm going to go into the sampler now. You want to make the attack on these drill pianos a little more gentle, so bring that that attack out by probably 40 milliseconds at least for this sound. That's better. All right, so now that we got that MIDI going, what I want to do is get in there, hit Command A, come over to MIDI transform, and hit humanize. I want to have the velocities as well as the note placement just a little more humanistic. Go ahead and open up automation, and so we could take a look at the velocity of each of those notes. Maybe we can work on those a little more. If it snaps into place like that and you don't want it to snap, just turn Smart Snap off, and you can freely move these. You freely move these around, lengthen them, shorten them, how you want. Those volumes are a bit high. Now, I like that progression. Maybe we could change the key a little bit. What I'm going to do is just Command A to select them all, hold Option down, and use the down arrow. Ooh. EQ that a little bit, take the lows off. What I also like to do is add a little bit of a flanging effect to that. So what I'm going to do is on that piano strip, send some of the audio over to a new bus. And you can do it, how you feel. I usually go by like -10 decibels. And we're going to add a flanger, which you can find under modulation, flanger, and stereo. Bring the rate up a bit. Also cutting the lows out, maybe enhance the mids a bit. I'm going to select all of them, get these shorter just a bit. I'm going to improvise something on top of this. I want to add a little more emotion to this progression, so what I'm going to do is come over to Contact. I just picked up this simple violin, super fire. Now for a switch up, let's go ahead and grab all of these, copy them over. And what I'll do is change the octaves here. So this one can go an octave up. One can go an octave down. Now what I'd like to do is go ahead and just bounce all of this in place, make a sample out of it so we could chop it up and, add effects to it, make it sound real crazy. So let's bounce that in place. All right, let's start messing with this sample now. I'm going to copy this as well, so I have two instances of it. So I'm going to grab my scissor tool like so, and I'm going to chop it into equal pieces by holding Alt and Option down. Now if you go over the More section, you could reverse them. I'm going to do a fade in and fade out. Work on the curve a little bit. Drop a halftime on it, half loop, 1.5. Let's see what kind of vibe that is. I think we're ready to add some drums, so let's go ahead and start that. I'm going to start a new software instrument, and we'll drop in the Drum Machine Designer. And I'll start a MIDI region right now. Loop off that section. Go with an eighth note and use the brush tool. Find a pitch that works. This will just be the initial hat, and then we're going to start adding more percussion. I feel like the sample needs to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to bring in a endless smile just to add some reverb here. All right, let me pause real quick and talk to you guys about my Patreon. If you're interested in subscribing, it's only $3 a month. You're going to get all the project files anytime I drop a tutorial. I'll put a link in the description as well as in the cards right here, so go check that out. All right, let's bring in another sampler here so we can add a beat. As you can see, I'm always, having a root note and then adding the glides on top of them. And if you go into your sampler, the way to set that up, make sure you're using not the quick sampler, but the regular sampler. You can copy these settings from the regular sampler. So in the details section, this is under synth. Make sure your mode is legato. Your glide is up to 42 milliseconds, something like that. Pitch bend up to 10. And then you get that gliding effect when you stack your glides on top of your root notes. So that definitely helps out with getting that drill sound. Go ahead and add a snare to this as well. So let me find a nice snare. Okay, next I'm going to add a kick. I'm going to take these here and bounce them in place, basically make a new sample out of it. One of my favorite features of Logic is the bounce in place feature. So you could just create samples on top of samples, and waves are way more easier to manipulate than let's say a MIDI region. So you have a lot more options when it comes to wave files. So with this intro, what I want to do is probably want to start it off with a fade. Just to fade it in a little bit. You could slowly bring in the hi-hat. And And then what we could do right before the drop, this is definitely a great way to bring in a drop, is use your fade tool, draw in a bar like that. Always zoom in so you can see what you're doing. And now right click here and say slow down. And I like doing a fade either like this or like this. I'm going to add a shata sound. What I also like doing is like bouncing that into place. And then what you could do is like, as an effect, reverse it right before it drops, bring it in like that. I don't want the shata sound to be like too direct. So what I'm going to do is automate the pan on it. Also grab these, copy them, and bring them over to the next section. I also like building pauses in there, like at the beginning, for example, of a drop. I just found this vocal one shot that I'm going to add in here too. I'm going to bring in a kickstart by Nicky Romero. This is a gate tool. You know, once you got a good song structure going, you could go ahead and copy it over. All right, let's have a final listen to this beat. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this tutorial today. I hope you guys learned something. And if you have any comments, questions, whatever, put those in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button so you're notified anytime I drop some new content. Around 60% of all my viewers are actually not subscribed to my channel, which I don't get, but whatever. Again, if you're interested in getting these tutorial files, feel free to either head over to my website. You could do a one-time purchase for any of the tutorial files for only $3, or for $3 a month, you continuously get all of my tutorial files anytime I drop one of these. So the choice is yours. I hope you guys, stay connected with me, Hit me on Instagram too. Send me a DM. I always love to hear what you guys do with these project files. I'm going to stop talking now, I promise. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.